Okay, we are here in Irvine with one of the best drummers. Probably they know in this room.
One of the best drummers in this room.
Totally, in this room, and probably there's no other drummer here. For being a good drummer, you are a good guitar player also.
Yes, I am. I'm a good guitar hack. Yeah.
Ray Luzier, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Fantastic. We're 1 week into the Korn Zombie Tour and lots of new exciting stuff. Just released a single for our new record coming out in October called the Serenity of Suffering, and everyone's gonna be blown away on this. My favorite record in the last 10 years, easily. You know, we had producer Nick Raskulinix come in, and everyone knows his track record from Foo Fighters to Alice in Chains, Deftones, on, and he has a way of making the band really feel like the band's supposed to feel, and he really did a great job. And our first single, Rotting in Vain, just came out, hit the radio, and everyone can check out the video on YouTube or the Korn channel.
Oh, great. Well, you said it all. I mean, I was you passed 10 questions.
Yeah, big mouth, Lucas, come on.
So tell me regarding the new album. I've seen the cover and the name. Tell me about the name and the cover. What are you trying to express?
It's got that old school flavor on the cover. If you notice, the kid dragging the doll, you know, it takes you kind of back to old school, and I think that's what we wanted to do on this record is bring back the vibe and the brutality of what Korn's all about, but we also wanted to keep it up to date. We don't want to just make a nostalgic record. You know, anyone can do that. We thought it would be a little bit more challenging to make it modern sounding, but yet have the intensity and feel that Korn has always been about. So to me, that cover of the boy dragging, you know, you see several different identities on the record of past, you know, surfacing through life. Like wow, that's a strong note we're hearing.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay. They hit a bass note that our insides are shaking. But it's so you see little flavors of like, maybe something disturbing, maybe something beautiful, maybe something happy, something sad. It's all the serenity of suffering, just what that means, you know, all the elements of life. You know, we all have our sufferings we go through. We all have our super happy times. And at the end of the day, you know, to me, music takes you away from all that, you know. So I think this record's really going to blow some minds.
Wow. It's not crazy that Corey Taylor were part of the album. How did you come up to bring Corey part of?
You know, we did a tour with Slipknot last year. It's been 2 years now, recently, and of course we're huge Slipknot fans. And Slipknot's always, you know, said that if it wasn't for Korn, that they probably wouldn't have started. You know, because Korn was a few years before Slipknot. Yeah. And so we did a song on stage in London. Fieldy, the bass player, had an idea. He said we should just do a cover song, not one of our songs or a Slipknot song. Let's go way left field and do a Beastie Boys cover or something. We talked to Corey, they loved it, and then let's do a freaking Beastie Boys song. So that's what we did. You know, we went up and we worked it out on a small little practice kit backstage, and Jim Root came back, and Corey and Monkey and Head and Fieldy, and we all kind of worked it out. And it's Sabotage, and you can see it on YouTube now. And so that started, kind of fueled that thing of like, we're like, man, we'd love to get him on the record somehow, you know. And we called him, and the timing just worked out. He flew out to Nashville and came to the studio, and he just killed it. It's one of my favorite songs on the record. Yeah, it gives me chills every time I hear it.
Sabotage actually is a great song.
Right.
It's just a good one.
Right. So and we're super excited about that. Tommy Flanagan from Sons of Anarchy is in our new video, and there's a lot of fans blown away by that. And Tommy was a blast to work with. You know, we shot the video in downtown LA in an old.
It was my favorite from Sons of Anarchy.
Right. Yeah. So and he's such a cool guy and presence, and so yeah, we're really excited.
Wow, awesome. So. Okay, after making many albums with the same with Korn, how do you choose the reaction of the sound? I mean, how do you avoid to repeat some stuff that obviously, you know?
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, we're still fans of music. You know, we go out to see concerts all the time, and I'm huge fans of AC/DC, Iron Maiden, But when you get a new Iron Maiden record, you pretty much know what it's going to sound like, because that's their formula. They stick with it, and that's great. What I love about Korn, especially with Jonathan, is he's not afraid to go over here and over there and branch out and grow musically, because it keeps us on our toes. We did a full-blown dubstep metal record a couple years ago. So when you start doing things like that, you get to the point where you're just, you don't want to keep repeating yourself. To me, at the end of the day, Korn is going to sound like Korn. If we did a country record, it's going to sound like Korn. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan's got one of the most identifiable voices. No one plays like Monkey or Head. No one slaps a bass like Fieldy. So, and it's taken me many, many years, and I finally got my groove.
Almost 10, right?
Almost 10 years, yeah. So we just have this strong force now it sounds like us, no matter what we do. So I think all the elements of Korn are in this new record.
You had already almost 10 years, we say that. But do you feel already part of the band, or how they make you feel being the one that is kind of the new one?
Yeah.
I mean, the new one. But
No, it's funny. I was talking to Neil Peart from Rush, and he says, I go, talk about the new guy thing, and he goes, Ray, I've been in Rush for 30 plus years, and I'm still the new guy, because he's not the original drummer. So It doesn't matter what, my whole thing is like, the band's gonna live on, no matter what. Somebody's gonna, the old drummer in this band quit. He decided to leave the fans.
Did you ever meet him?
I met him a long, long time ago at an Alice Cooper show, very briefly, and just to say hey, and we never spoke or anything, just, But
you were part of Korn already?
I just got the gig.
Oh.
Yes, it was very weird and coincidental. I just said hi, and he didn't even know I was in the band. So yeah. But anyway, a lot of fans forget. And I'm a fan of music. I don't want to see a new guy in Alice in Chains. I don't want to see a new singer in Journey. And
Complicated.
It's complicated, but these guys are the ones keeping these bands alive. So I'm that guy. If it wasn't me, it would be somebody else.
Yeah, totally.
Somebody else is going to keep this band alive. I'm not saying I'm 100% the drummer for Korn, but it worked out. They wanted me in the band. We had chemistry musically, and we had chemistry as people, and we're just getting stronger and stronger every tour. So. But I understand that a lot of diehard fans are like, who's that guy? Who's this Ray guy? But after so many years, it's like, it's weird how much you just become blood brothers, and it's just this. You get on stage, you take the deck, and it's just this force. You can't control it. It's just a musical thing, and but I feel really, really comfortable and confident now in the past 4 or 5 years. The first couple of years were a little bit like, whoa, I got to find my niche, my identity, and but I definitely, this record shows 100%.
How do you feel using makeup? I don't remember in the other bands that you were using makeup.
Makeup?
Yeah.
You know what? It's weird. Like in this band, it's funny because everyone's like, "Where's your dreadlocks?" The original drummer never had dreadlocks. He had a shaved, kind of surfer dude or whatever. But it's kind of like a character you take on when you go out there, So I just kind of black my eyes out a little bit, and it's nothing really.
It's not makeup. But
it's not just a little bit of I call it guy liner. But it's just something to kind of put you in that character, look a little meaner than you really are.
I thought it was because you have a lot of sex. That is why they.
A lot of what?
A lot of sex, maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, that too, Lucas. Yes, that's how. Yes, when you're a stud like me. No.
Okay, what is the message? What is the message you want to leave to the new generations? How do you want to be remember?
To the new musicians or just the people?
Just the people, yeah.
What
do you want to achieve?
I think we want to achieve, music's way more powerful than we think it is. It takes us away from our 9 to 5, a lot of people. It gets people through a death in the family. It gets people through a graduation, a success in life, a tragedy. Music's super, super powerful. So, and I think Korn has, especially since day one, they've affected a lot of lives. We have people all the time come up in meet and greet lines and say, especially to Jonathan, like, you've got me through some of the worst, shittiest times in my life. Wow. Thank you, and it's he just gets humble because like, what do you say to that? It's like or I was going to commit suicide, you stopped me. Your music. I mean, it's big time, man. So, it's obviously it's cool to be a part of that force, that takes people away from their problems, but that's how I want to be remembered is, being respected in the music business, If people appreciate the talents I bring, great. You know what I mean? If I've people come up to me and say, "Hey, your drumming's moved me, and it's inspired me to pick up drumsticks or pick up a guitar," that's great. That's all I want to achieve. I don't want to. I've never been one of those guys that's like, I have to take over the world. I'm going to be the best drummer. There is no best drummer. There's no best guitar player. We all do our own thing, and we contribute what we bring to the table. You know, and there's people like myself that are lifers, we call it. Like, I'll do this till the day I die, whether I'm on the stage in front of 15,000 or if I'm playing a club in front of 15. That's just, I have to do this. There's nothing else I can do. You know, so if you take that oath and pledge in the beginning of your life and the sacrifice and that's a big time commitment, you know. So with that comes, inspiring people, you know, because they know there's no bullshit, you know. People know if you're bullshitting. People are smart. Yeah. They know if you're just up there to try to get girls or get rich or to. I didn't never worried about the fame, the success, or money. It's nice to make money. Don't get me wrong, but I've never been a partier. I'm one of those guys. I've never done a drug in my life, not one. Because it's always been about the music to me.
How did you deal with the drugs inside the band? You know,
now there's none. This is a dry band. I mean, back in the day, everyone had to get through what they had to get through. But even through my days with David Lee Roth, Army of Anyone, Jake Healy, all my other bands, I've never touched it. It's been right in front of me, you know. And but I saw what it did to people's lives. I saw people get divorced. I saw people lose their houses, their kids, their everything.
Their mind.
Yeah. Yes, their mind. So it's like, why would I want to do that? You know, I know it's stupid. Don't start it. So that's my biggest advice to kids out there. Don't start the shit.
How would you describe John?
John Davis.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite singers of all time.
How is he? I mean, through your point of view.
Beautiful human being, inside and out. He's got a great heart. Loves his family. That guy's been through so much in his life, you know, from childhood. And to still do this 22 years later, you know, to still keep the band together. Like right now, I think we're in one of the best spots ever because everyone's about the music and our family, and that's it. There's nothing else to get in the way. There's no drama, bullshit, nothing. So, and I've been in many, many bands since I started in LA in '88. And there's a lot of we call it LSD, lead singer's disease. Jonathan Davis does not have that.
Oh, cool.
No, he is like the sweetest, most humble guy, and I've been in bands with these guys have sold 38 million records. You know what I'm saying? If anyone has a right to have an ego or attitude, it's him, but he doesn't. You know, I've been in bands on independent labels that they think they're rock stars and get me this and get me that, and it's like, come on.
I've seen them.
Yes. If you're starting a band, lose the attitude and ego. It'll never get you anywhere. No one wants to work with an a-hole in the band. You know what I'm saying? We get along like brothers. It's funny. We all have our own dressing rooms. We always end up in the same dressing room. Like before the show, we're always talking about the show. Like most bands want to not see each other's faces, especially a band that have been together for this long. Yeah. They're like brothers, man. It's literally everyone's at a great place, you know.
Awesome. Yep. Anything regarding touring outside America?
Yeah, we got we're 1 week into the Korn zombie tour. We're flip flopping. You know, there's it's funny because we're closing tonight, so everyone's like, Korn's headlining. It's called co-headlining because we open one night, Rob opens the next, and it's fun like that. But for the fans, they get that impression if you're not closing, you're not headlining. It's kind of weird, you know. But it's co-headlining, and then in the fall we go out with Breaking Benjamin. They're going to support us on another tour in the States, and we have all kinds of stuff coming up that I can't say yet because it's not confirmed, but we have dates into 17, you know, supporting this new record. So
you plan Latin America? Yes,
definitely, yep.
Do you have anything or not yet?
Not yet. A lot of talk going on, you know what I mean? A lot of talk, and the cool thing about Korn is it's such a worldwide band that has a fan base. I mean, when I first got this gig, we did 35 countries in 4.5 months.
Wow.
That's a lot of traveling, man. I mean, we're going to Dubai and South Africa, and I'll never forget Muse. As big as Muse is, they opened for us in South Africa. I mean, they sell out Wembley Stadium, you know, and so I mean, Korn has it's cool to be in a band like that. I didn't realize the magnitude until I started traveling with them, and I'm like, we're going to Johannesburg, what? Who plays Dubai? You know, it's like, and then we'd go to Australia, and then we'd come back to Kansas, and then we'd go to Tokyo, and it's just, I mean, it's so cool to see fans that don't even speak a word of English singing Blind and Freak on a Leash and all these giant hits. It's just a great thing, you know.
Awesome. There's anything else you want to share to your fans?
Suscribiendote, Korn, Konudos. Now. Thank you for all the support, and I can't wait for you guys to hear this record. It's going to freak you out, and you're going to just want to blow out your speakers. And hope you all come out to see us. Thank you, brother.
Suscríbanse, cornudos.
Come on, Lucas.